What is going on, my beautiful souls? My name is Santiago. If you would like to hit that button down below, subscribe to my channel, become part of the family. If not, I understand also. So, from the title of the video, I know that you guys are reading how I would never go back to a 9 to 5 job. And it's true. YouTubers who have already shared their experiences on their 9 to 5 jobs. And if they can't change your mind, then maybe I could try to change your mind, or I'll just share my story with it and see what y'all think about it. So I would like to first say on Indeed. Do you guys have the Indeed app on your phone? It's where you can put down a resume on where you've worked, what days you've worked, the year, so hiring managers can look you up and see if you qualify for what they're looking for. I feel like a lot of that, in my opinion, is a scam, because the fact that we have all of these great experiences with all of these jobs that we've worked, and we never got, I don't know about y'all, but my experience, like, I've never got hired onto a regular job like Panda Express. So back in 2014, I had my first job. This was back in June of 2014. So about 11 years ago, I had my first job working on a farm. Yes, I did work on a farm, and I worked with horses, and they were some stallion horses. They competed in competitions, and I had to make sure that they were groomed well. I had to make sure that they were taken care of, fed every day, stalls clean, everything. It was a pretty fun job, but I should have known. My very first job at that farm, I actually got fired my very first day. Now, it wasn't my fault. It was actually my brother's fault. He got me fired, and he could tell you today that it was all his fault. So I should have known that maybe working jobs like that wasn't for me. I should have known, but joke's on me. So working for Richard Taylor, that's his name, and rest in peace. He recently passed back in like 2020, I believe. So fly high. I didn't mind it. After I begged and begged and pleaded to get my job back from him, he let me come through. So I came back. I worked with two other men at that farm, and not only was there bullying going on, and what I mean by bullying is they wanted me to do things that I wasn't comfortable on doing, and that was smoking marijuana while horses were there. I don't have a problem with marijuana. I smoke it myself. But around animals, around children and stuff, I wouldn't do that. And they really wanted me to hit it. And I didn't do it. So they tried coming together as one and try to kick me out. I was asked for mini rides because neither of them drove a vehicle. So I feel like I'm blabbing on and on about this one job, but I swear I'm trying to get to my point. So at the time of working on the farm, I worked at Wendy's, and it was a fast food restaurant. We all know Wendy's, right? And I was doing both. I was doing the farm on the weekends for like 5 hours, and then I did Wendy's during the weekday from like 3 to like 9. And I would do that during summer break. And there was a lot of drama at Wendy's. It's like each job that I worked, there was just bickering, talking about other people, evil talking. Like, it wasn't even like not bad, it was evil talking. I don't even know if they said anything about me. Keep in mind that all of the jobs that I've worked, I no longer speak to those people. I no longer talk to them. I no longer have communication with them. I moved many places, so that's probably another reason. There's one person who I still talk to as of today, and she's a sweetheart, and we'll come in and out of like talking months or whatever, but I made one really good friend. You know, they say not to have friends in the workplace. The main topic, what I'm trying to get across, is I've worked the fast food restaurants, I've worked at taverns, I've worked on a farm, I worked as an assistant CNA or aren't. It was literally like a couple weeks, y'all. I don't even think that's really a job, but I had it. Like, I passed the exam. I was working in the hospital, and I didn't make it 2 weeks. The hospitals, in my opinion, has one of the most dramas, and it's the most toxic, but not with the patients, but with one another. Just from my experience when I was working there, you guys do not have to settle somewhere that makes y'all not want to go. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many other things to do out there when it comes to creating videos. If you would like to create videos one day, we all have cameras on our phone. If you have a phone, you have a camera. If you have a mic to your phone, you can express your voice onto that mic until you actually get like a mic that I'm still working on to better hear us, because I know that the quality of the audio probably isn't the best, but y'all understand what I mean, right? Like, you can determine where you want to work. Now, I get it. If you have children and there's no other job right now that you could do but working at like Burger King to provide for your family, do that. But try to do like a little side job. Like, if you have any time when the kids are asleep and you have that one free day to relax, take that one free day, get on camera, make a podcast, sign up for DoorDash. I do Instacart. I'm actually on a waiting list for DoorDash, but since I got in trouble back in 2018, I have to wait 7 official years, before I can reapply and get accepted.
I got the story you're ready.
Hey, you're fine. You're good. So, sorry, you guys. That was my mom. So I do Instacart. I have been doing it now for like 4 months. It hasn't been long, but it has been one job I can honestly say that I've had the most fun doing. And it doesn't even feel like a job to me. When you're sitting behind the wheel, you're waiting for that one batch to pop up, or those 2 batches. I'm still in platinum, which means I don't get all the perks. And what was that? I have no idea. I don't get all the perks and stuff that a diamond person would get, which I am almost there. I think I have like 2 more batches to do and I would get it. Oh, thank you, Lord. But I'm currently in the platinum, so I'm sitting behind the driver's side. I'm waiting for that badge. I am literally soaking up the sun. I'm getting in the oxygen. I'm soaking in what God has provided for us. I don't want to sit in a building with no windows. I don't want to sit in a building where I don't have freedom. think about it, you guys. When we're working jobs that you're secluded in a building, say you might have windows. You know, we're sitting there and we're looking at that window, or we're like working or maybe if we're working like fast paced things and we can't really like sit and really observe what's going on, you know what I mean, outside of what we're in. That's not working. That it is working, but is it fun? Is it free? I want to be free as much as possible. As much as possible, I would love to be free. I have I've gotten back to my nature roots, how I used to be before I had to work and take on responsibility of a grown up, of an adult, you know? I feel like most of us were told that work a job, and if you quit that job, or if you get fired, or if you quit, then you had to have one lined up. The people who took care of me growing up, they always told me, put it in my head, like, if you quit a job, you better have one that you're about to start the next day. If not, then you're packing your things up and you're out of here. You know, they weren't playing no games with that. So I always had to have a job if I was ever going to ever get fired of this job, or if I wanted to leave this job, I had to make sure I had another one online. And I worked mainly in restaurant business and retail. Those were my two biggest things, retail and restaurant business. And they both had very dysfunctional times to them, you know? But ever since I've done delivery, if anything, I had one encounter where I was so frustrated, but it was when I started, and my customer was asking all these things, and then I had to go back and delete them or refund them. I'd take it back through the store, put them away, as well as looking at the time, make sure that I had time, make sure I was doing well on time. And it was just so frustrating. But minus that incident, I haven't had an incident where I would just be like, I hate this job. I want to leave. I'm ready to go. I'm almost in diamond, you guys. Almost in diamond in like 4 months. I worked and worked and worked to get to where I finally am now. And it's fun job. It's fun job, and it's quite easy unless you get bigger batches and you get more heavier items, especially big things of water. That takes a lot of, you know, muscles, but you gain your muscles too. But it's fun, it's easy, and you are going back to your child roots, or especially I am. I used to play all the time outside. Every single day, I would always play outside. I would enjoy being a child. I would go climb trees. I would find insect bugs. I used to love that stuff, right? And when 9 to 5 jobs, or 3 to 11 jobs, or 5 a.m. to 12 p.m., 1 p.m. jobs, when those started to come into my life, I felt as I was drained. I was tired. I was bored of them. I didn't have no motivation to even wake up to go to them. So when I say that there's so much more to life than being stuck in a building for 8 hours, 12 hours, there is. And I'm slowly, okay, if you guys do not know who DougDash is, DougDash, look her up on YouTube. Please look her up on YouTube. She goes more into depth about her experiences than I am with this video. But please go check her out. She is finally free. She's finally free. She is finally doing what she wants to do. She's finally getting where she wants to get in life. And she as well as a few other YouTuber or content creators. I listened to them, I took their advice, and I created my channel. And I didn't know how I was going to start. I didn't know when I was going to start. All I knew is I wanted to do it. And I'm finally doing it. And I think I'm at like 10 subscribers. I cannot thank you for those 10 subscribers. I never even thought that I was even going to have one. And if I had one, it would be my boyfriend, for example. It would be my partner, it would be my family, the family that I have right now. So that means 10 people decided to subscribe to my channel to motivate me more, to create more content, more stories that I may have, wisdom, as you say, for you guys. And I love it. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I was stuck in a building all day. You know what I mean? Working my ass off in a warehouse, breaking my back, ready for retirement, just to get out and be bedbound in a hospital bed. True story. There is a man who finally retired, finally got everything that he was waiting for to travel, just to get put into a hospital bed because of all the hard work that he put throughout his life. It messed with the inside of him. And that is the worst feelings ever. That's so sad. That really breaks my heart. I feel like this is why YouTube is such a big platform, because people can share their experiences and try to help the next person be okay. I think that was a fly, sorry. That was a fly. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up with saying, and if you guys want me to do more like story times or my experiences, or if you want me to continue with this conversation, I can too. I can go on and on with why I believe 9-to-5 jobs are slowly starting to sink. Like we don't need all these restaurants, we don't need all of these fast foods, we don't need any of this. It was just something that we were told that we had to work to provide for our family, to put food on the table. There are so many other things that we as beautiful souls can do than be miserable. It is so sad, and it's so twisted, and it doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, I'm just gonna wrap this up with saying, please do what you want to do in life. Be happy with doing it. Put love into what you do. Put the love into what you do. Don't think you have to settle for a boring job. I'm gonna say one thing real quick. Food Line. I was just at Food Line the other day. Almost all of the workers, no smile on their face. It was like dead. Like they were just, you know, how are you doing? Do, you know what I mean? And I was trying to carry a conversation. I was doing my Instacart. I was grabbing the groceries. I was like, how are you doing today? And good. Do you want paper or plastic? It's like a robot. It was literally like a robot. Like I felt like I was talking to a robot. You know what I mean? Anyways. Okay, guys. Well, I love you guys. If you want another video similar to this, if you want me to talk about anything else that you guys may have in mind or may want me to share, like advice-wise, please just let me know. I can write as much as I can. All right. Well, I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.